What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a sensational brand new Liverpool transfer news video, because Matt Lowe is reporting and other journalists are reporting that Liverpool have outbid Chelsea for Moises Caicedo, which would also help explain Chelsea's bid for Lavia, because yesterday evening there was in the news that Chelsea bid £48 million for Lavia, including add-ons, and Matt Lowe is saying that the suggestion remains that Caicedo would prefer a move to Chelsea because he wanted to sign for Arsenal in January. Brighton didn't let him leave, but Chelsea's last bid was around 85 million, so the speculation is that Liverpool bid 85 million for Chelsea. And also this is a big transfer game because this is in response to Chelsea trying to bid for Lavia, and Jacob Steinberg, another journalist, is reporting that Liverpool have bid for Moises Caicedo. Chelsea have been closing in on a deal for the Brighton midfielder, but that's now in doubt. The bid was first reported by Matt Lowe, and with 3 days before the Chelsea-Liverpool game, this is absolutely fascinating that both clubs are going for both players. But also, just 10 minutes before starting recording this video, Fabrizio Romano reported that Chelsea have triggered the buyout clause of Tyler Adams. He had a relegation clause in his contract. The Leeds United USA midfielder is going to cost £20 million for Chelsea, and I think he would have been a good player for Liverpool, but Chelsea also desperately need defensive midfielders as well. So what do you think about all this? Let me know in the comments below, and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed these brand new latest transfer news updates, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I will keep you guys updated on all the latest stories around Liverpool's transfer news. And Matt Lowe is a Telegraph journalist, so he has very good sources, but other journalists are saying that Liverpool have only made contact with Brighton to signal their interest in Moises Caicedo. And I kept saying all summer that if Chelsea can't do this deal in a matter of weeks, then Liverpool should swoop in and try and sign Moises Caicedo. The big question is which club will Lavia and Caicedo end up with? Of course, this is also parallelly ongoing with Liverpool in talks for the Lavia deal, but I don't understand, if Liverpool have 85 million to bid for Caicedo, why didn't we sign Lavia? Why do we think that the £50 million that Southampton are asking for is too much? And I mean, Chelsea also only bid 48 million for Lavia, which means probably Chelsea think that the 50 million is a little bit overpriced for Lavia. But Liverpool are in desperate need of a defensive midfielder. But if I had to choose, I would go all out for Moises Caicedo, because he's a player that could come in and start for Liverpool straight away. No bedding in period required really, and he is absolute top quality. He's world class already. Lavia has the potential to be world class, and that 35-40 million difference is yes, it's a lot of money, but you are getting a ready-made player like Moises Caicedo. Sorry, David Lynch is reporting that Liverpool are exploring a deal for Moises Caicedo to mitigate the slow progress made over Lavia, but no official offer yet. Melissa Reddy is saying that the feeling is that Liverpool are still second in the Moises Caicedo race, because Chelsea are still in pole position. But Caicedo would be absolutely an amazing transfer, and I think he's worth 85 to 90 million, what Brighton are asking for. But it's very worrying that, for example, another bid came in from Saudi Arabia for Thiago. Al Ahly have submitted a 12 million euro offer for Thiago, and hopefully if Liverpool really want Caicedo, then I think selling Thiago could work. Thiago doesn't have a perfect place in this Liverpool system because he's not really an out-and-out defensive midfielder. He's not really a great attacking midfielder either who can score goals. As a deep-lying playmaker, he's brilliant, but Liverpool don't really play with that player in their team, because our defensive midfielders need to be really strong, fast, dynamic, aggressive, physically very imposing. And Thiago is not that kind of player. Even though I absolutely love Thiago, he will leave on a free transfer next summer. And if Liverpool really want to sign the Caicedo and maybe a left-sided centre-back, then maybe selling Thiago would be a good option. But I think we should ask for around 50 million euros. The understanding is that a Saudi Arabian club only bids for a player if they know the player is interested in signing for them. And Thiago has been saying all summer, like privately, that he's not interested in going to Saudi Arabia. But maybe things changed. Maybe Liverpool signaled to them that if there is a bid for you, we would consider selling you, because you are 32 years old and your contract is going to expire at the end of the season. And this is L'Equipe, one of the biggest Spanish French newspapers reporting this. Jose Enrique, a former Liverpool left back, is saying that it's a good move for Thiago and good for Liverpool as well, and he thinks we should take the offer. I would only sell Thiago, I said this many times, if we sign Caicedo and another defensive midfielder. And I mean, if we don't have money for both Caicedo and Lavia, why didn't we trigger the release clause of Tyler Adams? For 20 million pounds, he would have been a really good signing, in my opinion. Somebody who is Premier League proven, experienced. But it was Chelsea who triggered the relegation clause of 20 million pounds. You don't get a player like Tyler Adams anymore for 20 million in today's transfer market. Melissa Reddy is reporting that Liverpool have made contact with Brighton, so they are in talks with Brighton to sign Moises Caicedo, but they have not made a formal offer yet. Moises Caicedo is absolutely the midfield player that Liverpool need, and actually the one they should have been focusing all their energy and investment on. Would be some hijack if they managed to do a deal, but feeling is Chelsea is still in pole position for him. That's what Melissa Reddy is reporting. And she is also reporting that both Liverpool and Brighton are confirming there have been no formal bid yet for Moises Caicedo. However, contact between the clubs illustrate a willingness to discuss a transfer fee and agree a deal if there is a deal to be done. Players' preference of destination is important, of course, because if Chelsea and Liverpool bid the same, or if Liverpool bid just a little bit more than Chelsea, if Caicedo still wants to go to Chelsea, then Brighton will respect his wish. So this is a very difficult transfer to pull off, but I've been saying for weeks that the Chelsea and Caicedo deal is stalling. Liverpool should swoop in and try everything to sign him. Is this a PR exercise by FSG just to show the fans that we tried to sign Moises Caicedo, or is it genuine interest? That's the big $1 million question. And some Liverpool fans think that Caicedo or Fulham's Palhinha would have been the ideal Fabinho replacement. Lavia is a phenomenal talent, but not the profile needed to replace Fabinho. They truly thrive with defensive duties, Palhinha and Caicedo, but given age and that fees won't be too far apart, Caicedo is a no-brainer. Lavia is very good defensively, but he thrives offensively when he gets to progress the ball with carries or line-breaking passes. Liverpool need a Fabinho replacement that thrives with defensive duties. That is Moises Caicedo. And I mean, if Jörg Schmatke can pull this off, he would be hailed as a legend. But already he has got a lot of criticism. And last night, when the news broke that Chelsea bid 48 million for Lavia, the Liverpool fan base went absolutely berserk on Twitter and Reddit and on all the social medias. And rightfully so, because the Liverpool fans had enough with FSG's incompetence. So the next few weeks are absolutely crucial. This is the biggest transfer window in Liverpool's recent history for years. And if Liverpool don't sign a brilliant world-class defensive midfielder, then the Liverpool fans will rightfully be very angry and pissed off at the owners. Neil Jones is also reporting that Al Ahly wants Thiago. The big question is, would you sell Thiago to Saudi Arabia if you were in charge of Liverpool. Also, Neil Jones is reporting that Liverpool have made contact with Brighton over Moises Caicedo, but sources have indicated that Moises Caicedo is still expected to join Chelsea. So this is a fascinating story and a very, very difficult transfer to pull off for Liverpool. But I would be happy if Liverpool signed Romeo Lavia either way. Caicedo deal is very, very difficult to pull off because Chelsea have courted Moises Caicedo for months. Liverpool are just entering the picture. James Pearce is also reporting during me making this video that Liverpool have made contact with Brighton over Caicedo after last night Chelsea bid for Lavia. So no official offer yet, but Liverpool are in talks with Brighton over the transfer of Moises Caicedo. Liverpool are exploring their options given Southampton's refusal to budge on Lavia valuation. I mean, it would be the best case scenario. Lavia of course is a brilliant player, but Moises Caicedo is a really, really big one. And if Liverpool could pull this off, it would be absolutely a dream come true. But imagine the worst case scenario. If Chelsea get Lavia and Caicedo and Liverpool are left with nothing. That would be the stuff of nightmares. And I think it's very, very important how these next few days go about, because if Chelsea sign Caicedo and he starts against Liverpool and Liverpool are still without a defensive midfielder, that would be absolutely heartbreaking for Liverpool fans, and it would be very, very worrying for Jurgen Klopp as well. And Liverpool have a history of moving for more expensive targets if they are priced out of a move for their top pick or first choice transfer target, because Liverpool actually targeted other players, but in the end they ended up signing Mo Salah, Gini Wijnaldum and Sadio Mane after Liverpool's first choice players weren't available. But maybe Liverpool don't have a top pick or their first choice transfer target. They have a value for money chart with players and they move down that list, and probably they thought at 40 million Lavia is the best value for money, but at 50 million maybe they think actually Moises Caicedo is a better value for money for 85 or 90 million than Lavia is for 50 million. And I would argue that's actually true. That's actually the case. So this is a very, very fascinating development. And I'm just really, really happy that finally Liverpool are making moves. Liverpool are trying their hardest to sign Lavia and Moises Caicedo. And all we want is just to bring in a brilliant defensive midfielder before the transfer window closes. We don't even have to sign him before the Chelsea game. It would have been ideal if we signed him before Chelsea game. It would have been ideal if we signed him, either Lavia or Caicedo, before the preseason training started, but this transfer window is very, very tricky for multiple reasons. And this dance between Chelsea and Liverpool for Lavia and Caicedo is actually prime transfer window showdown. So it's very, very entertaining. I just wish Liverpool could get these deals done, because it's nerve-wracking reading the news every day. I like it, I really like it, but it's very stressful as well because Liverpool have a no recognized defensive midfielder. So it's absolutely crucial that Liverpool get at least 2 defensive midfielders in, especially if we sell Thiago on top of selling Fabinho and Henderson. We are very short on numbers. Tyler Adams for 20 million would have been a brilliant signing in my opinion. And I think this is a money game. Remember that Brighton pretty much hate Chelsea because they poached their manager Graham Potter and multiple of Brighton's players like Cucurella and others. Chilwell was at Leicester, I think, but Cucurella and Graham Potter, just the 2 that Brighton lost to Chelsea off the top of my head, but surely there are others. If Brighton has a choice, they don't really want to do business with Chelsea. If Liverpool offer a little bit more than Chelsea, and that's the rumor, then I think Brighton would gladly do business with Liverpool instead of Chelsea. A Liverpool fan is suggesting give Brighton Ben Doak on loan to sweeten the deal. Liverpool already have a pretty good relationship with Brighton, but this is going to be fascinating how this story develops, and I will keep you guys updated every day on my channel, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And actually, if some people are saying that if Liverpool are not spending 4 million more on Lavia, surely they are not spending 85 or 90 million on Caicedo, it actually misses the point, because Liverpool value Lavia at around 45-46 million pounds maximum. So they don't think 50 million pounds is value for money. But they value Caicedo at 85 million. So if Liverpool could get Caicedo for 85 to 90 million, it's actually a better deal for Liverpool and more value for money than getting Lavia for 50 million. And that's actually a good point in my opinion. And Liverpool, I think, need Caicedo a lot more than they need Lavia. If Fabinho stayed, then I would be fine with signing just Lavia. But Fabinho left and we need an absolute destroyer, an absolute monster of a defensive midfielder in the middle of the park, and Moises Caicedo is exactly that kind of player. And Caicedo is clearly valued a lot higher by Liverpool, and rightfully so. So the club is potentially happy to spend more money on Caicedo than Lavia. And Paul Joy is probably the most reliable journalist around Liverpool FC transfer news. He hasn't said anything yet about this Moises Caicedo and Lavia transfer dance, but interestingly, he retweeted an article about Moises Caicedo's Ecuador roots. And Paul Joyce is a Liverpool-based journalist, so he's not really reporting on Chelsea transfers. So why would he retweet a story about Moises Caicedo's Ecuador roots? I think that is a hint that Liverpool are really interested. And I think Liverpool outbidding Chelsea for Moises Caicedo is a very realistic option. Why would you explain Chelsea suddenly bidding for Tyler Adams and signing him? Chelsea suddenly bidding for Lavia. Maybe they think that with financial fair play they don't really have 90 million to rival Liverpool's bid for Moises Caicedo. But that's the thing, I told you all along, Liverpool have 85 to 90 million to spend on Moises Caicedo. It's just that Liverpool want to sign players that they see that they are value for money, and that's ultimately the bottom line. Liverpool will sign a defensive midfielder. I'm pretty convinced after our latest activity. It's just will. The big question is, who will that player be? Let me know in the comments below what do you think about all this craziness going on in the transfer window. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.